Hey everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we'll be going over what every driver should ask a recruiter when switching jobs. So I wanted to come at you with some of these questions just to make sure that you're covering everything and you know all aspects of the job before you switch. I'll be going over pretty much exclusively company driver questions. Obviously you guys know there's lease purchase and owner-operator options available at different companies. We even have an owner-operator program here, but I want to go over specifically company driver options. So the things that I had written down that you specifically need to ask about when coming to a different job is what kind of trucks you run, the running lanes, what does orientation look like, are there any bonuses, rate of pay, room for advancement, home time, can you take time off, paid or not, how big is the fleet, and how long has the company been around. The first thing that you should ask, since it is your job as a driver to drive the truck from point A to point B, you want to ask what kind of trucks they run. You need to know specifically, like if you like an automatic, if that company even has automatics. You need to ask if it's a standard, it's a 10-speed, 12-speed, 18-speed, whatever you're most comfortable with. Because if you get there and you're uncomfortable, that's not going to be setting yourself up for a great position later on down the road. The second thing that you should ask someone is about their running lanes, like which areas they travel the most. If you're traveling to an area where you're going to be unhappy, that's a big sign that maybe this isn't the correct job for you. You know, you want to get something maybe closer to home, or maybe you even want to stay out further, and we can run out farther and stay away from home longer. But you do want to understand exactly where you'll be traveling to week by week. So the third thing that you should ask about is orientation. Orientation is kind of how you get familiar with the company. So you want to make sure, for one thing, you're going to be in there long enough to realize what the company is about, the job description, everything you're going to be going over. And also you don't want to get to orientation and realize, oh my gosh, I'm fixing to be here for a month. I need to earn a paycheck or save up enough money to where I can go to this orientation. So that's the next thing that I would immediately ask your recruiter. Make sure you know exactly what the orientation process looks like and who you'll be spending that orientation time with. The fourth thing you should ask about is rate of pay as you are doing your job. Several different companies have different ways of doing things. Like I said, owner-operators and lease purchase is a little bit different, but some companies do cent per mile, some do percentage of the load, others do like hourly pay or like a weekly minimum or just on salary. So you want to make sure you know exactly how you are getting paid week by week. One thing, if you are on a cent per mile basis, you need to ask how many miles you're expected to run each week. You know, because you could be getting paid 80 cents a mile. If you run 1,000 miles a week, it's still not going to be a great check. So you need to make sure that you know exactly how many miles you're running a week and what that pay rate is on those miles. The second thing is benefits. Health benefits, insurance, 401k. You need to nail all that down to make sure that you are getting the full package when moving to a new job. So the fifth thing that you should ask, and this kind of goes hand in hand with rate of pay, it's if the company does any bonus program for you. So some companies will do different bonuses for like safety or anything like that. Like I know we do bonuses every 6 months, and then like every year at your hire date you get a bonus. So you want to make sure that there's extra incentives that maybe either the recruiters forgot to tell you about, maybe didn't mention earlier. You want to make sure you have the whole pay package. You need to look at your pay year by year, not just weekly. So the sixth thing that you need to ask, and this goes hand in hand with our kind of rate of pay category, is there room for advancement? You don't want to be locked into a certain rate and then just relying specifically on the company from then on. You want to make sure that you are advancing the more time that you do spend at the company. So the seventh thing that you need to ask, and we're kind of getting away from our rate of pay category here, you need to ask about home time. You know, your work environment is something that you should enjoy, but you also need time off to recharge and spend some time with your family. So make sure you know exactly what the company's policy is for how often they'll be able to get you home. The eighth thing that you need to ask, and this goes hand in hand with your home time, is do you have paid time off, or do you get vacation time, anything like that? Again, sometimes you need a vacation to take some time with your family. Sometimes you just need some time to recharge that's not just on the weekend or not just for your 34-hour reset. So make sure you know in advance if you have to put in like a month's notice for when you have time off, you get paid for that time off, do you have vacations off, things like that. The ninth thing that you need to ask is how big is the fleet? Like, are you 1 in 100 or are you 1 in 1,000? That kind of gives you a little bit of perspective on how you'll be treated at the company. Some of the bigger companies and stuff like that, you can somewhat get lost in the numbers, and some people like that. Some people like where it's a very small fleet, it feels like a very like family atmosphere. So you just need to know exactly what you're getting into, and based on your preferences, that's how you can decide which job to go to. The last thing that I would ask your recruiter before you go to a new job, ask how long they've been in business. You know, just different stuff about how the company got started, how they operate, anything else that you would need to know. Any operating expenses that you'll be required to put in during the orientation process, anything like that. Just a general question to the recruiter is always a good sign. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I know it's just a quick list of things that you can ask a recruiter. If anyone has any questions for us about what we offer personally, you're always more than welcome to call me. We'll put the number on the screen. Other than that, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, If you have any ideas for videos that we can do in the future, please comment on there. Let us know what we can do. Thank you guys so much. As always, stay safe.